Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Some reviews that shows two products on the same head is very helpful. So that's what we're gonna do. She is. It's all about African pride, all right? We're trying the Moisture Miracle Protect and Hold Max Hold Styling Gel. The only thing that's different is this is olive oil and tea tree based, and this is black castor oil and jojoba oil. Now I tried this one and it's one of my favorite gels. It's almost like a wet line dupe. I have a video, check it out. I saw this and I said, okay, it's the same thing. It's just different bases, different oil bases or whatever. So I'm like, instead of doing two different videos, because I'm just not that person that's gonna come back. Okay. I'm gonna forget my memory. Y'all keep it lifted in prayer. One side of this, the other side of this, to see if there's any type of difference. You know what I mean? All right. First things first, if you are new here.
First off, welcome.
Rain Gang, welcome back, sis, for another video. All right. I don't know where my towel is at. Wonderful. We so prepared today. I tried the olive oil and tea tree oil based. I don't know how to explain this smell. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not gonna sit here and waste your time. So $7.99 for this. I feel like it's worth it. It is a few bucks higher than the Wet Line Extreme Gel, but it works great. And of course, the ingredients are way better. Wet Line. Now this is my first time trying the Max Hold, the black castor oil and jojoba oil. Okay, so this isn't as strong. It doesn't even really have a scent. Both $7.99. They both say shapes, adds deep definition. Oh. Shapes adds deep definition and shine to natural coils and curls without alcohol or flaking. Same thing. Everything is like the same on here. Protect. It's not. This is Nourish and Hold. This is Protect and Hold, which makes sense because black castor. Okay, both have glycerin. Let's start with Max Hold Styling Gel, and this is obviously a different color because it's supposed to have black castor oil, which we know is of a brown chocolatey color. It's very thick, which I'm here I'm here for. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh yeah, it's so thick. So the application is nice. Actually, the Wet Line is a lot better. It's not a whole lot of slip. If you want slip for your applications of your products, this isn't gonna give you a whole bunch. It is instantly giving me shine and definition. It's not really weighing my hair down, so we're gonna go ahead and subsection like I always do. All right, I'm gonna take about that much. I mean, it does feel nice. It's just not a super, like, slippery type of gel. And that doesn't bother me. And it is weighing my hair down. Okay, so far, I have no problems right now. I don't know, the smell is real strong, but I don't know, it's like an apple scent, but it kind of dissipates. It's not as thick, like it's thick, but it's not as thick as the brown gel or the one I just used on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on. So the application is a lot, or maybe not a lot, but it is much different than this side because this side is not as like a watery based feel to it, where this isn't as thick, so it's more of a watery base. So the application or the gliding or whatever you want to call it is way more easier. It has way more slip, but to me it's very similar to the Wet Line. And again, it's doing the same thing. It's, it's weighing my hair down. It's giving me shine and definition. I think this will definitely be one of those videos where I won't be able to tell anything until it actually dries, and maybe even the next day. So it's really giving, shine, definition, which is what we want. And this side, I don't know, like the way it's drying. Look at this. I'm not excited by the way this is drying, but that doesn't mean anything just yet. This might be the winner. I don't know. The only difference so far is the feel. And again, it's a very slight feel from the other side. All right, so this side has already started to dry, so you really can't compare like the wet look, you know what I mean, to each other, but it has more of a water-like texture. So all we can do is just wait until it dries. So into the meantime, one thing I like about these gels, both of them, is that it really grabs hold into your strands. So it doesn't take a lot of like work to really run the product through and for it to really grab hold and penetrate your strands. So I really like that because, you know, sometimes gels you gotta really work it through, or it has to be soaking wet, or it has to be a certain, you know, it doesn't require all that. Because some parts of my hair was damp, some parts were soaking wet, and it still had a really good application. I'll be back. My hair is about, I would say 98% dry, okay? This side of my hair feels a little bit more hydrated than this side feels, but it's not an extreme like difference. I will say the crunch that I feel is just really all around on the ends, which I like because I feel like I'm not going to get frizzy ends, which I typically don't get, but you know, just because, anyway, I'm just throwing it out there. There is no remarkable difference, but black castor and jojoba oil feels a little bit more hydrating. Now, it just all depends on what type of oils that your hair prefers. Your hair may love olive oil and may find the hydration benefits more beneficial than maybe a black castor oil. So I think this is just kind of like whatever your hair prefers. I have not stretched it, and I really don't want to, because one thing I will say about African Pride, they don't really give a lot of shrinkage. My hair shrunk just a little bit. So if that's something that you might, you know, one of your concerns or something that you want to change, definitely consider that. It's a little flat for me, but I love the crunch feeling, meaning it just reminds me I'm gonna get a good amount of hold. I mean, a longer wash and go. Get your thoughts together. And the reason why I do like actually stretch my hair in the videos is to show you guys who do stretch your hair. Sometimes heat will kind of zap out the moisture, and so you just want to put it all to the test if you can to see if that product is really going to work for you. So I know I've gotten questions before like, you don't have to stretch. I don't have to stretch, but it's something that I do just to get, you know, more of a shape going, and so it's not so flat, but also just to make sure that I'm able to give you guys the best like review of the product that I'm using. So yeah. All right, so, so I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I think overall, like visually, it looks good. Like, I think African Pride gels are great. They're one of my favorite gels. Well, now I've used two, but before I only tried the olive oil and tea tree one. But I will say, I really thought I was gonna like this one better, the olive oil and tea tree one, over the brown aka black castor oil one, but this side just feels a whole lot better. So let's just break it down real quick so we're not, you know, confusing anybody. So pros of this gel, first of all, same price, so it's under $10. I don't know everyone's budget. It gives a really good softness, but it gives a crunch slash hold. It just is for people who, you know, want that. If you're looking for like a very lightweight hold, this is not the gel for you. It's nice and thick, so you really don't need a lot. It's going to coat your strands like immediately. The application is decent. It just depends on what you prefer, but overall it really did everything that it says. So shapes, adds definition and shine to natural coils without flaking. The only con would be that it's not really, it doesn't have slip. So the application isn't like, you know, seamless where it's just easy, super easy, but it's not hard. So, you know, that's if you're just trying to be really picky, but it's not super watery. So therefore your application isn't slippery. So hopefully that makes sense. So I really enjoyed using this. Would I purchase it again? Absolutely. Would I use it again? Absolutely. This, if I could compare it to a gel, to me, this would be like using the Eco 10 times olive oil. So if you like that one, you tried it, that's, if you haven't tried it, it's like a really moisturizing gel, but it gives you a hold. This is kind of similar to that in regards to like the overall feeling. Okay, this reminds me a lot of the Wet Line. I said that, you know, when I made that video, it was a Wet Line dupe in my opinion. So the pros, under $10, they're both $7.99. It depends on your budget and what you find is fair when it comes to buying your products. And the fact that it has tea tree oil, it's a strengthening. So of course it's not going to be as moisturizing as like the black castor oil. So that makes sense. It's a little bit more watery, okay? Not like watery, but you know, it's in comparison, all right? It's still very thick. The smell is a little bit more harsher than this, but it dissipates. There is more to me of like a crunch, but they both withstood. They both held on to the fact that they, you know, both parts were stretched and no frizz. The crunch still remained the same, so that's really good. My favorite would be, out of the two, the black castor oil. But again, be mindful that my hair is my hair. So if your hair doesn't like black castor oil, then it's probably going to like this one over this one. But even with that being said, the products, listen, the ingredients are so far down the list, you know, it ain't that much in there. You know what I mean? One more thing. Let me just say, my hands are a tad bit sticky. You don't need a lot. You don't get the glycerin feeling. Anyway, I'm done. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all next one.